So there are many benefits of fracking which the increase in regulations could diminish. So I'll start going through them and then I'll provide evidence as I further explain. So firstly, fracking creates natural gas, which is more sustainable than other fossil fuels like coal. And natural gas produces less air pollution than alternatives such as coal and other liquid petroleum products. It would also create a decrease on reliance of imports for both the United States and California as a state. Increased regulations would cause shortages or an increase in costly imports for California. Natural gas plants complement renewable sources. Natural gas is cheaper than coal and other petroleum alternatives. Fracking creates jobs and increases wages, and fracking brings in tax revenue to local communities. So firstly, starting with more sustainable than other fossil fuels like coal, the U.S. Energy Information Administration says that the United States has enough dry natural gas to last about 80 years, while the global supply of crude oil and other liquid hydrocarbons and biofuels is expected to be adequate to meet the world's demand for liquid fuels only through 2050. And then natural gas pollutes the air a lot less than other alternatives or other petroleum alternatives, to be more precise. An article by Yale Climate Connection stated that natural gas produces only 44 to 50% of greenhouse gas emissions compared to coal. And then vehicles that are run on natural gas produce a lot less harmful gases such as carbon monoxide. There's a 70 to 90% reduction. Nitrogen oxides, there's a 75 to 95% reduction. Non-methane organic gas, there's a 50 to 75% reduction, and carbon dioxide, 20 to 30% reduction. And then in addition to this, a statement by the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change said that fracking is an important reason for the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions in the United States. Now going to the point that fracking decreases reliance on imports for both California and the United States. So an article by American Enterprise Institute stated that natural gas imports decreased by 25% between 2007 and 2011, while petroleum imports dropped from a high of 29.248 quadrillion British thermal units in 2005 to 24 quadrillion in 2011. And by 2020, the Energy Information Administration predicts that the USA will become a net exporter of natural gas. And as more natural gas reserves are discovered and tapped, the date may be pushed earlier. So these natural gas deposits that we get through fracking can help reduce our reliance on other countries for energy, which makes us more self-sufficient. And then as a state, the California Energy Commission stated that natural gas is a major source of in-state electricity generation in California. In 2017, 43% of in-state electricity generated was from natural gas. And that brings me actually to the point that increasing these regulations would harm California because we would have to rely more on costly imports from other states or other countries, and we could possibly have shortages. So now, natural gas plants actually complement renewable sources such as solar and wind. An article from the Washington Post stated that all other things equal, a 1% increase in the share of fast-reacting fossil technologies is associated with a 0.88% increase in renewable generation capacity in the long term. And the study reports, again, this is over 26 separate countries in more than 2 decades. So because solar and wind can't meet peak demand all the time, it is helpful to have a backup that can turn on and turn off quickly, which natural gas plants can do. So it's a really good complement to these renewable sources. Natural gas is actually cheaper than a lot of alternatives. an article on CBS News said that last year gas used in utility plants cost as low as $16 per megawatt compared to $22 for coal, just because mining and shipping coal is more costly than natural gas. And then compared for the amount of, like the ratio of kilowatts of capacity that plants have compared to dollars it costs, natural gas is almost in the lead. The U.S. Energy Administration said that natural gas plants cost only $895 per kilowatt of capacity compared to $2,434 for solar and $1,672 for petroleum liquids. And to clarify that, the capacity just means the amount you could produce like at one time. So solar, because it takes more panels, it's more costly to get the same output. Fracking does create jobs and increase wages, which helps the economy. A study commissioned by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce's 21st Century Energy Institute says that the extraction of unconventional shale oil and gas through horizontal hydraulic fracturing or fracking has meant a job boom even in the states that don't actually have shale deposits, with 1.7 million jobs already created and a total of 3.5 million projected by 2035. And these, So, and then an article on drillinginfo.com said that the increase in jobs leads to an increase in wages, with wages in fracking counties going up by 2.4 to 13.5%. And increasing regulations could potentially make this fracking more costly, causing wells to have to cut employees or reduce wages, which would harm the local economies. And then moving on to the local benefits of fracking.
No, you're out of time.
All right. Well, those are my points.